Hi, this is Jackie. This is the Change and Grow Wellness Show, the show for you, the busy professional who wants to live a healthier, happier life with increased energy and productivity. This show is powered by the amazing men and women of Power Positive program. And I'm your host, Jackie Grant, and my mission is to help as many women to relieve themselves of the symptoms of hormone imbalance with natural solutions. Now, today we've got Dr. Manav Bawa. Dr. Bawa, that's it. Yeah, because I like that. Quite good. Dr. Bawa, who is a GP. He's a highly qualified cosmetic doctor, skilled in advanced facial rejuvenation techniques, and he's got his own clinic in London, specializing in, and I'm going to say it wrong because I've just said it wrong that whole time, anesthetic.
No, you've said it perfect.
Anesthetic. Medicine. Welcome, Dr. Bawa.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
That's brilliant. So, tell us how you got to where you are right now.
Sorry, where am I?
Yeah, tell us your journey to being a doctor.
So I went over to med school, got through that, and then I was really interested in surgery. So I spent 5 years as a surgeon. So I did plastic surgery and then moved over to orthopedic surgery. So lots of trauma, broken bones, that kind of thing. And then I thought, actually, I like GP work. So I moved over into retrained GP, knowing that I can do aesthetic or cosmetic medicine at the same time. Okay. And now I pretty much do cosmetic, non-surgical cosmetic work most of the time. I teach it over in Harley Street for Award-winning Academy. I run support groups, and I do loads of it all the time. It's so much fun, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
So what does the support groups entail? Just being nosy and all that?
No, that's fine. So I have a number of doctors, dentists, nurses who are part of this support group. And there's a WhatsApp group and a Facebook group. And then there's an emergency group. All the same people. But if somebody needs some help, let's say in an emergency, they can whack it out on the WhatsApp group, and then a whole load of people can give their feedback and support to help that practitioner. The routine groups are just for anything. So if there's any offers or training opportunities, we can all help each other. So it's a way to help each other learn, improve, and support training.
Oh, that's great. So tell us, what are the differences between I'm going to say it wrong again, anesthetic treatment and plastic surgery? What's the difference?
Yeah, so plastic surgery is when you put to sleep and you go under the knife and you have a full-on operation, has its recovery time, and they achieve amazing things. And aesthetic treatments, so non-surgical treatments, are treatments where you come into my clinic, for example. I can treat you within 15 minutes, maybe less, maybe a bit more, depending on the event. And there's generally no downtime. So you go straight back to work, go straight back home. So it's very quick. It's instant results with some of the treatments I do, such as dermal filler. And it's a lot more cost effective without the downtime. Patients fall into the category that I can treat them non-surgically. However, some patients still need plastic surgery.
Okay. So in terms of that, what type of person would come for a treatment with you? Yeah,
so a lot of patients come in looking, let's say, for example, a little bit tired. So they want to get rid of this tired look. So maybe they've got some dark circles or grooves here. So I would start with treating the whole area with Botox to relax some of the lines. I would use dermal filler just to plump out some of those areas, for example, the temple to lift, just under the eyes to smooth over those grooves. They're called tear troughs. So that's one example. Other examples are people just want to look more refreshed. So they will come in and they've got lines here or lines here. And I can use a topical Botox or botulinum toxin to just relax the muscle underneath the skin, because it's the muscle that when it contracts, it causes those lines. So we just relax that a little, and that gives a really nice refreshed look. So those are a couple of things. Other areas people can come in for are the jowly areas, skin hanging down here, or these lines or these lines, so a sagging effect. So really, it's all that sort of stuff that I can. I do 2 ranges of medical skincare, which are fantastic, and other things, a vampire or Dracula facial, where I take patients' blood and I read it into their face for rejuvenation. But also things like scars. I can use it for acne scarring around the face, hair loss, and pain. So lots of different things.
Oh, and how long does that last? If you have a treatment, how long will it last you?
Okay, for example, dermal filler. I only use the high-end, top of the range stuff, and that lasts from 12 to 24 months. The Botox, yeah, it lasts a long time. Botox, anywhere from 3 to 6 months on average. So those are your rough kind of timelines.
Okay, and what does the filler actually look like? What does it feel like? You know what?
Yes, a little gel, and I'll show you. I've got some.
Okay.
So the stuff I use, a brand called Juvederm, and I believe they're the best out there. They've got a great patient safety profile, which is something that's really important to me, patient safety. It's also got a lot of evidence behind their results and their actual products. So I'm very happy. I use just their brand. But filler in a syringe, like I attach a small needle, a very thin needle. Don't normally need to use any numbing cream, although I can if patients would like me to. Okay, and then it's like a little gel.
Okay.
And so if I just squeeze it out like so, can you see? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like. That's dermal filler.
Oh wow.
So it's just like a little small, very fine gel.
That's great. So you're saying that like you use high quality stuff, like, and people go to like local kind of like maybe hairdressers and something and just get it done. So what would you say about that really?
I think there needs to be a shift towards medics, as in people who are properly trained to do this and treat patients, because I can visualize you, for example, on your skin. I can visualize every structure in 3D, and you really need to know what's under the skin before you start sticking needles in there, okay? Because there can be complications, and patients do that. I'll show you just a very quick image. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so underneath the skin there, underneath, you've got these fat pad things. Okay.
Yeah.
Underneath that, you've got all of those muscles. So you need to be able to name every single one. And you've got all of these blood vessels. Okay?
Scary.
And yeah, it's scary. You can have things that happen with it.
Yeah.
Complications such as injecting the wrong type of filler, the wrong thickness of filler into the wrong place, too close to the skin or too deep. And that can cause things such as, skin loss. So I've seen pictures where the lips falling off because it blocked a vessel. I've seen pictures where someone's injected something here, filler goes into a blood vessel, travels all the way up here, and causes some of the skin to come off.
Oh no.
Yeah, there are reports now of people just being very blasé, injecting filler into, let's say, for example, the nose. Filler goes into a vessel into the back of the eye and causes blindness. So there are big risks to this stuff. So I would always advise, do your research. Make sure that person is properly qualified, and they are a healthcare professional. It is really important, because it's easy to inject someone, but to know the risks be able to spot any problems that do occur and to be able to treat them is really important.
Brilliant. Thank you. So
Sorry,
tell us.
with those
I'll
pictures.
call those, I'll like all those images that are going to be there for my, oh God, right in front of my eyes. Anyway, tell us, have you done any surgery on yourself?
No, I haven't done anything. Not yet.
You're thinking about it.
Yeah, I have. So I need it. Look at my lines right and here as well. But my kids are young, and I find when I show patients these lines, it's easier if I've got some.
Yes.
Otherwise, I can't show lines if there's none there. So I find that to communicate with my patients far easier when I've got a few lines. So yeah, there will be a time. There will be a time. But I won't do it to myself. I'm scared. I'll get that for me. Good.
So tell us the challenges that you face as an anesthetic doctor.
So as an aesthetic doctor or a cosmetic doctor, there are loads of challenges. So the anatomy, so I've gone through that already, knowing what's under the skin. Other things are patient expectations are really important. It's so important to take a proper medical history, understand what the patient's looking for and what they're expecting, and to align what we can achieve with what they're looking for. I think that's really important, and that's probably the biggest challenge. The actual injecting part is, it's okay, but it's the consultation and really understanding your patient. That's the challenging part. And that I spend a long time with my initial consultations. I spend at least 45 minutes with patients, just getting to know them, looking at their medical history, the medicines they take, also what they're looking to achieve, why they're looking to achieve it, and making them a really good treatment plan. They're happy with it. But I think that's the tough part.
Brilliant. Okay, so tell me, what is your favorite part of the job?
Favorite parts of the job? I love, so the results are great. But when someone comes in, them, for example, the dermal filler is an instant, you see the difference. And then the patient looks in the mirror and, they're so happy with the results. And they almost fly out on a card with so much confidence. That's the best part of the job for me. Or, receiving feedback, or, patients just text me here and there saying, oh, I really love what you did. Really happy. This thing, I got a really nice text from one of my patients saying they're so happy and thank you. And that's what does it for me. I'm really happy with that.
Brilliant. That's great. So tell us some little, you have said quite a few bits and pieces about, people going to a reputable doctor. Is there any other advice that you would give anyone that was thinking about having a treatment?
Absolutely. Do your research. Don't just go to the first person you see. Word of mouth is always very good, but go online, research that practitioner, make sure they've done all the training they need to do to be able to offer those treatments. Make sure they're regulated by a body. So I'm regulated with the General Medical Council in Doctor, regulated by a company called Save Face. So you may have seen them on the news quite a lot. They're really trying to up the standards, so everyone's achieving excellence. So I'm regulated by them. So they come in, they assess me, they're making sure that I'm well above average. I'm doing everything by the book. There are a number of other official bodies out there. So I would definitely make sure that they're a regulated practice. So just dentists, nurses, etc. Coming from a healthcare background, it's really important.
And what training are people looking for that the person's got on their website that they've done? What is the training?
Yeah, so official courses that they've been on with individual products. For example, with Juvederm, I'm always going on training courses at least a couple of times a year, just to more enhancement skills. Make sure I'm up with everything out there. And I always pick up a couple of things, you know, and evolve, and constantly evolving and learning. You're looking for somebody who is continuing to learn, to continue to try and be the best that they can for their patients. You know, patient safety is very, very important, and that should be a website or when you go and talk to them. You know, when you go and see a practitioner after having done your research, make sure they give you enough time to ask any question you want to, no matter how small or big. You know, there's enough time to go through it. Make sure they go through the consent form with you and list all the risks possible, because there are a lot of risks, from swelling, bruising, all the way to loss and blindness. You know, there are lots of risks. And, you know, then go away and think about it. Rushed into anything. You know, see a couple of physicians and see who you have a rapport with. You know, see who you get on with. You know, so really do your research. But, you know, make sure they've got the qualifications and the regulation, or they're regulated properly.
Brilliant. Great. So where can people find you, Dr. Bawa?
Yeah, so I'm over in South, so not too far from yourself. I'm on George Lane, which is probably the main street in South Woodford, right opposite Marks and Spencer's, and my place is called Lee House, and that's where I'm based, so East London. So online, you can find me. My website is www.dr-bawa, that's BAWA.co.uk, and you can find me on all social media. My address is at Dr. Bawa Aesthetic, or just Google Dr. Bawa and you'll find me on there.
Brilliant, great. So, what are your final tips for our audience?
Yeah, I think there's so much out there, and there's so many practitioners now. And researching all stuff, you can really feel overwhelmed with everything that's going on. But again, just make sure, like I said, you do your research. You go to a regulated practitioner, a healthcare professional, and you know, you really investigate them and make sure they're doing what they're doing safely. And yeah, they're using the right products, so good products with a good safety profile, as you know, patient safety is so important.
Brilliant. Okay, so have you got any freebies for us, for our audience, or anyone that listens?
Yeah, so what I'm very happy to do is to do a complimentary or free consultation for anyone that comes through this or has heard this. Just ping me a message, either email or via any social media outlets, or give us a call. And yeah, I'm happy to organize that and do that for you. Not a problem at all.
Thank you. So thank you, Dr. Bawa. It's been really interesting getting to know a little bit more about cosmetic, I'll use that word instead, cosmetic treatments, so that, you know, it's actually really good. Make sure that you find someone that is highly qualified, someone that's got all the standards, as Dr. Bawa said. So I hope that this has been really helpful to you, and that if you really want a complimentary treatment consultation, make sure that Dr. Bawa is part of that process. Yeah. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.